Question number 31. Solution A contains acetone dissolved in chloroform and solution B contains acetone dissolved in carbon disulfide. The type of deviation from Raoult's law for given solution is, first we have to mix two solutions, acetone and chloroform. Here acetone dissolved in chloroform CHCl3, it forms hydrogen bond. Because due to the formation of hydrogen bond, it undergo association, so it shows negative deviation. When acetone dissolves in carbon disulfide, it shows positive deviation. So the answer is option D. Next question. Solute X dimerizes in water to an extent of 80%. 2.5 gram of X in 100 gram of water increases the boiling point by 0.3 degree Celsius. So you have to calculate the molar mass of X. To calculate the molar mass, that is molar mass of Mb. X means here molar mass Mb. For this we know that delta Tb is equal to I into Kb into M. Molality. By using molality, you can calculate the molar mass. For this, first you have to calculate I. So what is I? I is equal to 1 plus of multiplied by 1 divided by n minus 1. So I is equal to 1 plus alpha. Alpha means here extent of dissolution 80%. To an extent of 80%. 80% means 80 divided by 100, that is 80% means 0.n. 1 divided by n. Here is n because it undergo dimerization by 1. So half minus 1 is half. Half 0.8 divided by half is 0.4. So I is equal to 1 minus 0.4. The answer is 0.6. Then next we have to substitute the values. For delta Tb is equal to I means 0.6 and Kb of water is 0.52 into, what is the formula to calculate molality? Molality is Wb into 1000 divided by Mb into Wa. So we want Mb here. So already we know that delta Tb is 0.3 degree Celsius. So Mb is equal to, if you substitute all the values, you have Wa here. Wa, you have to substitute the value. Our Wa is 100 years here, 100 gram of water. So we have Mb is equal to 0.6, 0.52 into, see what is Wb here. Wb is 2.5 grams. 2.5 gram 1000 divided by delta Tb is 0.3 multiplied by Wa here 100. So if you solve all this, you get the answer. Mb is equal to 26. So option C is correct. Next, Next I go to question number 33. Which of the following phase of solutions are isotonic? What are isotonic? They have same osmotic pressure pi. Osmotic pressure pi is equal to CRT. Here R and T are constant. You have to calculate. C pi is equal to CRT into I. So C is concentration here given. So you have to calculate high. So I for calcium chloride here it is calcium 1 plus Cl2 to 3. I for this is 3. This is multiplied by 3 and this is multiplied by Al2SO4 thrice means I is equal to 5 here. So it is multiplied by 5. So it is 0.03 and 0.005. So pi is not same. And next I come to barium chloride and calcium chloride. For barium chloride I is equal to 3. You have to multiply this by 3. So here 0.001 calcium chloride, this is also multiplied by 3. So it is 0.03 and it is 0.003. It is not same. Pi is not same. So here I come to option C. For option C, for barium chloride, BaCl2 0.01 is multiplied by barium chloride I is equal to 3. So this is 0.03. Next, for 0.015 molar NaCl, here I is equal to 2. Multiplied this by 2. 0.015 multiplied by 2 is 0.03. So both have same osmotic pressure. So option C is correct. So in this situation, first you have to calculate high, then I is multiplied by concentration C. If you get the value of pi, pi is same. So they are isotonic. Option C is correct. Then I move to question number 34. So read the question first. 180 gram of glucose is dissolved in 1 kg of water in a vessel. The temperature at which water boils at 1.013 bar is dash. Given the Kb value is given. So everything is given. So here first you have to calculate delta TB. What is the delta TB here? See here delta TB, elevation in boiling point. Delta TB is equal to Kb into Wb into 1000 divided by Mb into W A. See here. So delta TB minus TB naught. So I write TB minus TB naught is equal to, what is Kb? It is given 0.52 and Wb 180 grams of glucose divided by 1000 into Mb. Here molar mass of glucose is 180 multiplied by Wa 1 kg. 1 kg of water means 1000. So here 1000 get cancelled, 180 get cancelled. TB minus TB naught you can get 0.52. But we know that boiling point of pure water TB naught is 373.1. So we know TB naught is 373.15. Therefore, TB, boiling point, water boils at TB is equal to 0.52 plus 373.15. So you can get 373.67. The option is 4. Next question. Question number 35. We move to question number 35. If nitrogen gas is bubbled to water at 293 K, how many moles of nitrogen gas would dissolve in 1 liter of water? Assume that nitrogen exerts a partial pressure of 0.987 bar. Here they will given Kh for nitrogen and also K is given. See here, in this case, first you have to calculate the mole fraction of nitrogen. First we have to calculate mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to partial vapor pressure of nitrogen divided by Henry's constant Kh. So it is equal to 0.987 divided by, what is the value of Kh? It is given 76.48. So answer is 1.29 into 10 raised to minus 5. So then we have to calculate the number of moles of nitrogen in water. Number of moles of nitrogen in water. N of H2O is equal to W divided by M. W here weight is 1000. 1 liter means 1000 gram divided by 18. It is equal to 55.56 moles. Therefore, the number of moles of nitrogen is equal to, here X of nitrogen is equal to N of nitrogen divided by N of nitrogen plus N of water. But N of nitrogen is very less compared to N of water. Therefore, mole fraction of nitrogen is number of moles of nitrogen divided by number of moles of water. I can neglect this. So, number of moles of nitrogen divided by number of moles of water. So, we can calculate N of N2 here is equal to number of moles of nitrogen is equal to N of number of moles of nitrogen is equal to mole fraction of nitrogen multiplied by number of moles of water. Already you have 55.56 multiplied by 1.29 into 10 raised to minus 5. We get the answer 7.16 into 10 raised to minus 4. So option is 7.16 into 10 raised to minus 4, or you can write it as 0.716 into 10 raised to c. So both option 2 and 4 are correct. Next I move to question number 36. The constant for the solubility of nitrogen gas in water at 298 K is 1 into 10 raised to 5. The mole fraction of nitrogen in air is 0.8. So the number of moles of nitrogen from air dissolved in 10 moles of water at 298 K and 5 atmospheric pressure is dash. See here, in this case, first you have to calculate the partial vapor pressure of nitrogen. We know that P of nitrogen is equal to mole fraction of nitrogen in gaseous phase, mole fraction of nitrogen in gaseous phase plus total pressure. So it is equal to 0.8 into 5, that is 8 5s are 40 atmospheric pressure. Then I calculate the mole fraction of second step is mole fraction of nitrogen in water. Mole fraction of nitrogen in water is equal to, see here, P of nitrogen is equal to KH multiplied by, see here, X of En2. Therefore, P of nitrogen already we know that 4 into 1 multiplied by 8 5s are 40. Here it becomes 4. So 1 into 10 raised to 5 divided by mole fraction of nitrogen. Therefore, mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to 4 divided by 1 into 10 raised to 5. So answer is 4 into 10 raised to minus 5. This is for 1 mole. This is for 1 mole. But the question it is for 10 moles. Therefore, for 10 moles, 4 into 10 raised to minus 5 multiplied by 10. So answer is 4 into 10 raised to minus 4. 4 into 10 raised to minus 4, that is A. Option A is correct. Option A is correct. Next, I move to another question. Pure compound contains 2.4 gram of carbon, 1.2 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of hydrogen and 0.2 moles of oxygen atoms. What is its empirical formula? See here, for this question, first you have to calculate the mole fraction. See here, first I am calculate the number of moles of carbon, that is N of carbon is equal to W divided by M. So what is the molar here? W 2.4 gram of carbon, then molar mass of carbon is 12. So 12 2s are 0.2. Then I will calculate the number of moles of hydrogen. Number of moles of hydrogen is equal to number of atoms, given number of atoms divided by Avogadro number. What is the number of atoms here given? What is the number of atoms here given? 1.2 into 10 raised to 23 divided by, what is the value of Avogadro number? 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So 6 ones are 6 twos, answer is 0.2. Then they are given here 0.2 moles of oxygen atoms. So the ratio of number of carbon is to number of hydrogen is to oxygen is 0.2 is to 0.2 is to 0.2, that is 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So the answer is C1H1O1. So the correct option is D. Empirical formula is CHO. Okay, next I move to question number 38. Choose the correct statement. KH value is same for gas in any solvent. Higher the KH value, more the solubility of gas. KH value increases on increasing the temperature of the solution. Easily liquefiable gases usually have lesser KH values. Choose the correct statement. Here KH value is not same, so it is not correct. KH value is same for a gas in any solvent. It is not correct statement. Higher the KH value, lower will be the solubility of gas. So this is also incorrect. So KH value increases on increasing temperature. It is correct. KH value is directly proportional to the KH is directly proportional to the temperature. So option C is correct. Next I move to question number 39. Here in question number 39, the KH values of argon, carbon dioxide, formaldehyde and methane are respectively 40.3, 1.67, 1.83 into 10 raised to minus 5 and 0.413 at 298 K. The increasing order of solubility of gas in liquid is, actually we know that KH is directly proportional to temperature and KH is inversely proportional to solubility. It means here solubility increases, KH value decreases. So here the increasing order of solubility. If solubility increases means KH decreases. So we have to arrange the KH value from higher to lower. Which one has highest K? This is first one. Then this is 1.67. This is second one. Then 0.41. This is third. And this is fourth. So the correct answer is option A. First, second, then fourth, then third. So option A is correct. Next I move to question number 40. The vapor pressure of pure liquids in A and B are 450 mm of mercury and 700 mm of mercury at 350 K. If total vapor pressure of the mixture is 600 mm mercury, so the composition of the mixture in terms of mole fraction is. This question is based on Raoult's law of liquid-liquid mixture. Therefore, P total is equal to P naught of XA plus P naught of XB, that is P total is 600 is equal to, what is the P naught? 450. 450 of XA plus 700 of exb. But we know that xa plus exb is equal to 1. Therefore, xb is equal to 1 minus xa. I substitute the value of xb. So, 600 is equal to 450 xa plus 700. Instead of xb, I write 1 minus xa. Simplify this, you can get 450 xa plus 700 minus 700 xa. Here 600 is equal to 450 xa minus 700 xa is equal to 700 minus 450 is 250 minus 250 xa plus 700. So I will send this. 250 xa is equal to 700 minus 600. It is equal to 100. Therefore, xa is equal to 250. Xa is equal to 100. Xa is equal to 100 divided by 250. 0 0 get cancel. 5 2s 15. 2 by 5 means 0.4. xa is 0.4. When xa is 0.4, so xp is 1 minus 0.4, 0.6. So we know xa is 0.4 and xb is 0.6. So option A is correct. xa is 0.4 and xb is 0.6.